morning to all. I am Dr.C.Amuthambigai, Assistant Professor of Physics, SFR College for Women, Sivagasi. In the energy physics topic, today we are going to see about renewable energy sources. First we see about resources. What is resources? Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs provided. It is a technologically accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable can be termed as a resources. Resources are part of our ecosystem and one where it is important to maintain biodiversity and the Earth's life support systems. A resource is a typical material that humans need and value such as land, air and water. Resources can be characterized as renewable and non-renewable resources. First, we see about what are the types of resources. There are two types. One is renewable and another one is non-renewable resources. The renewable sources, the resource can be replenished by the environment in over relatively short periods of time. It includes timber, groundwater, wind and solar energy. Oxygen can be replenished through photosynthesis. This is the example for renewable resources. And in the non-renewable resources, it has a limited supply. Resources exist in fixed quantity in Earth's crust. It includes coal and natural gas. Example, petroleum found through millions of years through geological process. Next, what is renewable energy sources? A renewable energy source means energy that is sustainable, something that cannot run out or it endless, like the sun. It is also referred as alternative energy. It can be replenished over a short period of time. It is used to generate electricity and heat without depleting the earth resources. The most common types of renewable energy sources are solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy and biomass energy. First we see about what is energy. In physics, energy is defined as the capacity for doing work. It may exist in potential, kinetic, thermal, electrical, chemical, nuclear or other various forms. Energy can be neither created nor destroyed, but only changed from one form to another. It is a principle called conservation of energy or first law of thermodynamics. Energy can be converted from one form to another in various other ways. Usable mechanical or electrical energy is produced by many kinds of devices, include fuel burning heat engines, generators, batteries, fuel cells and magneto-hydrodynamic system. First we see about solar energy. Sunlight is one of our planet's most abundant and freely available energy resources. The amount of solar energy that reaches the Earth's surface in 1 hour is more than the planet's total energy requirements for whole year. It is the radiation from the sun that is capable of producing heat, causing chemical reactions or generating electricity. It is the largest source of energy received from Earth, but its intensity is low. Energy is rapidly become the ultimate energy source because of its non-polluting character and its inexhaustible supply. The generation of solar power. Solar power is the conversion of sunlight into electricity either directly using photovoltaics or indirectly concentrated solar power. Photovoltaics convert light into electric current using photoelectric effect. These are the advantages and the disadvantages. In the advantages, it is a renewable resources, reduce electricity bills, low maintenance cost, and it has many applications. In the disadvantages part, the initial cost of purchasing solar system is high and it is weather dependent. Next we see about wind energy. The wind is a clean, free and rapidly available renewable energy source. Each day around the world, wind turbines are capturing the wind's power and converting into electricity. Wind power generation plays an increasing importance role in the way we power the world in a clean and sustainable manner. Wind turbines allow us to utilize the power of the wind and turn it to energy. Working of wind turbine. When the wind blows, the turbine blades spin clockwise and capture the energy. This triggers the main shaft of the wind turbine connected to a gearbox. The gearbox sends that wind energy to the generator and converting it to electricity. In the advantages of wind energy, it is low cost effective, it is clean fuel source, wind is a domestic source of energy and it is sustainable. In the disadvantages part, turbines might cause noise pollution and wind plants can impact local wildlife. Then we see about hydro energy. Hydroelectric energy, also called hydroelectric power for hydroelectricity. It is a form of energy that harnesses the power of water in motion, such as water flowing over a waterfall to generate electricity. Hydroelectric energy is the most commonly renewable source of electricity. China is the largest producer of hydroelectricity. Electricity produced from generators driven by turbines that convert the potential energy of falling water into mechanical energy. Then this is the working of hydroelectric power. Most hydroelectric power plants have a reservoir of water, a gate to control how much water flows of the reservoirs and an outlet where the water ends up after flowing downward. Water gains potential energy just before it spills over the top of the dam. The potential energy is converted into kinetic energy as water flows downward. The water can be used to turn the blades of the turbine and generate electricity. These are the advantages and disadvantages of hydroelectric power. Renewable, it is renewable, emission free, reliable, adjustable and it can use it to create lakes. These are the advantages. And in the disadvantages, it is higher initial cost and it has impact on fishes and flood risk. In the next we see about biomass energy. The biomass is organic. It is made up of material that comes from living organisms such as plants and animals. The most common biomass materials used for energy are plants, woods and waste. These are called biomass feedstocks. Biomass energy can also be non-renewable energy source. Biomass contains energy first derived from the sun. Plant absorbs the sun's energy through photosynthesis and convert carbon dioxide and water into nutrients. The energy from these organisms can be transformed into usable energy. This is the working of biomass energy. Biomass can be burned to create heat and converted into electricity. Biomass can be burned by thermal conversion and used for energy. Thermal conversion involves heating the biomass feedstock in order to burn, dehydrate and stabilize it. The most familiar biomass feedstocks are thermal conversion or municipal solid waste and scraps from paper or lumber mills. Next we see about advantages and disadvantages of biomass energy. The advantages are biomass is always and widely available as a renewable source of energy. It is a carbon neutral, it reduces over-reliances of fossil fuels, it is less expensive than fossil fuels. Then in the disadvantages part, biomass energy is not as effective as fossil fuels. It is not entirely clean. It can lead to deforestation. Then the last type is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is a form of energy conversion in which heat energy from or within earth is captured and harnessed for cooking, bathing, space heating, electric power generation. Then the geothermal energy is heat derived within the subsurface of the earth. Heat from earth's interior generates surface phenomena such as lava flows, hot springs and mud baths. Water or steam or both carry the geothermal energy to the earth's surface. Depending upon the characteristics, geothermal energy can be used for heating and cooling purposes, and it can be used to generate electricity. This is the working of geothermal power plants. Hot water is pumped from deep underground through a well under high pressure. When the water reaches the surface, the pressure is dropped and causes the water to turn into steam. The steam spins a turbine which is connected to a generator that produces electricity. The steam cools off in a cooling tower and condenses back to water. The advantages and disadvantages of geothermal energy is, in the advantages part, geothermal energy source is good for the environment and it is reliable source of renewable energy and high efficiency of geothermal systems. And in the disadvantages part, environmental concerns about greenhouse emissions, possibility of depletion of geothermal sources, high investment cost of geothermal system, land requirements for geothermal system to be installed. In this lecture, we see about the resources and the types of resources, that is renewable and non-renewable energy sources, and types of renewable energy sources. Thank you. Have a great day.